Alright, so today I'm going to be making you some brisket, macaroni and cheese. This is kind of my own little take on a recipe I found a few years back on the internet. What I've got in the pot here is 1 quart of heavy cream. And I know you can't see it in the other pot. Over here I'm getting ready to get my pasta going, which is just 1 pound of your favorite elbow macaroni, brand of your choice. So we're going to get this going. Now remember, this is a dairy product, so be very careful not to get this too hot. It will scald, burn in the pan, and it can ruin pans. As a family member of mine found out when he tried to make this recipe, unfortunately I feel bad that he ruined a pan doing so. But cheeses I'm going to be using for this is it's a Velveeta Queso Blanco. I bought the big block and I'm cutting it in half. And I'm also using 1 pound of Colby, 1 pound of Mild Cheddar, and 1 pound of Monterey. So do the math, that's about 4 pounds of cheese. It's going to be put in this recipe on top of the brisket, on top of a pound of macaroni. So the original recipe was supposed to fit in a 13 by 9, but I think I may have to get a little bit bigger pan to accommodate this, so we'll see how it goes. So right now I've got this on about a medium low just to kind of get it up to temperature. Like I said, you want to keep an eye on it because it is a dairy product. I am going to go ahead and add the Velveeta in there because it is a processed cheese. Yes, I said processed cheese. Not afraid to say it. This will help me kind of keep an eye on the temperature of the milk as well. I'm going to go ahead. Now to this, add some garlic powder. Add some onion powder. You can use white pepper if you'd like. I don't mind it. I use a little bit of black pepper. And I'm going to hold off on the salt till the end because of all the cheese we're putting in this. All this cheese has salt added to it. So I'm going to wait till I get my sauce completely done before I add any salt in there, just to give it a taste and see how it's doing. So I'm going to go ahead and get my cheese shredding. I'm using my food processor. I did buy full blocks of cheese from the store. I will say it's better to buy the cheese by the block and shred it yourself. You're not getting all them additives in the cheese, the caking additives and all that good stuff, anti-caking powders and all that stuff. You can see that's, I'll turn the heat down now. I'm probably on a low. It's coming along good. And pasta water's starting to bubble. The rest of my cheese done. So that's pretty melted. Start adding this in little by little. Keep an eye on your temperature. Remember, don't want to scald that or burn it. And you'll be able to kind of feel it with your spoon, wooden spoon. You scrape across the bottom, it'll feel rough. Yeah, it's melting nice there. See how gummy that is? It's melting, but it's not fully incorporated yet, so you want to make sure it's completely melted down and incorporated with the cream before you add your next batch. It's getting there already. We're at a good temperature. See how that's more fluid? It's not so tacky and sticky and sticking to the spoon. That's what you're wanting to see. Give it a good stir there. That's sit for a minute. Some brisket I smoked yesterday for, oh, it was damn near 13 hours before she told me she was done. So I'm gonna take some of it, put in this mac and cheese. I made a sandwich with some this morning and it was absolutely freaking delicious. Here she is. Beautiful. Pasta's perfect. Like I said, take a one cup measuring cup, just dunk it in there and get a cup of that water. If you get a little bit of pasta, don't worry about it. Just pour that right in there. Now at this point, with everything in there except for the meat and the pasta, take a little spoon, taste that, just be very careful. Oh my God. Just a little bit of salt in there. Wow, that's yummy. So everything is mixed in, blended in. You can see how it's nice and liquidy. So at this point, I'm going to add the pasta first. This is really going to fill this pan up. Alright, that worked in there nicely. Now you want to let this cook, sit, steep, simmer, whatever you want to call it, for 5 or 10 minutes, just to make sure that cheese sauce is good, incorporated all over that pasta. If you take it now and just pour it into a pan and throw it in the oven, it won't be as good as if you let it set. You could even get you a little taste. Oh yeah. Tell you what, I'm gonna. Right now, you could change the seasoning, add some seasoning. This original recipe actually called for an Italian blend of cheese and some nutmeg. Kind of gotten away from that nutmeg. You still can add it. It adds a nice flavor, a unique flavor. I've got fresh nutmeg I grind every time I use it. Obviously, add some red pepper flakes or some cayenne pepper in there. Give it a little bite, or you could add a little bit of hot sauce if you want to. It just depends on the crowd you're serving it to. This is looking pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and add some of that meat. Oh yeah. Look at that. Don't add it all at once, just in case it does overfill the pan. Make sure you scrape that board and get all them meat juices in there too. Oh God, it's gonna be so delicious. Now something you can do, I've done before, not with this particular type of. Once you get this made and into a pan, if you've got the space in your smoker, you could stick this whole pan of mac and cheese in the smoker for 45 minutes. Just to add some smoke to the top of it, and then throw it in the oven for another half hour, 40 minutes to get those breadcrumbs toasty. I'll have to go find a pan. One thing I did not have ready was a pan, because I wasn't sure how this was going to turn out. She's full. 5 pounds in a 10-pound bag. Mixed in. Now you could eat this just the way it is if you want. You don't necessarily have to put it in a pan, put it in the oven, put breadcrumbs on it. That just kind of adds that extra texture to it with the breadcrumbs and everything being all toasty on top. Can you see those little strings coming up? That means everything's not up to temperature, and I just made a mess. So you want them strings to kind of be gone before you put it in the pan, put it in the oven, if you are putting it in the oven. And we'll turn that down just a titch. Give her a taste here. Oh my God. Whew. I'm hoping this fits in that pan I got there. We're about to find out. Let's move this. That's a little warm. Get my pan here. Like I said, make sure you put this on a pan. It's best to do it before you put everything in there. Okay. There we go. It's really full. Didn't quite get it all in there, which is no big deal. But see how there's no cheese on the bottom? Nothing burnt, nothing brown. That's a good sign. So, kind of pat that out. And since this is still hot, I usually will let this sit on the counter for a half hour before I do this next step, but I need to get this in the oven and cooked. So, this cheese is probably gonna melt as I do this. Trying to mix this up because I did do it. Cheddar and Colby mix. I brought out plain breadcrumbs. Just kind of. And these are plain. You can always get the seasoned ones. And that's about what you want. You don't want to completely cover the cheese because you want the cheese to melt, the breadcrumbs to kind of get in there as they melt, and then they'll get all crunchy, something like that. So there we have it. So typically, like I said, I do this, I let this set out till it's cooled before I do this, because I'm usually doing this ahead of time for cookouts or whatnot. But I need to get this cooked today, so I'm just skipping that step and going right in the oven. So the oven is only basically to do the topping. So since the inside is still warm, this won't take as long. As I said it would. So if you put it in the pan, let it set for a half hour, and then put your topping on to put it in the oven, you can make this a day ahead of time. Just don't put the topping on it. You can make this a day ahead of time, put it in the pan, put some plastic wrap on it, put some foil on it, stick it in the fridge, and pull it out hour and a half before you need it. Let it sit on the countertop for about a half hour. Take everything off of it. Put your cheese, put your breadcrumbs on it. 385 oven. That's going to take you about 45 minutes at that pace. If it's going in cold, it's going to take longer. So if it's just sitting on the counter room temperature, maybe 20-30 minutes. If it's going in cold, you're probably looking at 45 minutes to get it all hot and bubbly. You're basically just going to want this to be browned. What's that? They're saying GBD, golden brown delicious. So we'll go ahead and put this in the oven, and I'm probably going to shut this off, and then I'll pick up when I pull it out. So get the oven door open. Middle rack, middle of the oven. Stick her in there. And like I said, let that go. It's going to be probably 20-25 minutes on this one, so we'll come back and check her. Grab a couple towels here. Get this beast out of the oven. Oh my God. That. Son of a bitch. That looks good. See how that overflows? Now, unfortunately, that cheese that comes out, it's going to make it stiffer when it sets up. It won't be as creamy. So, a deeper pan will prevent that bubble over. Let's see how that's nice and crunchy and golden brown. See your cheese. Oh my God, that looks delicious. Now you want to let this set for 5-10 minutes before you get in it, because if you get in it now, it's going to be all runny and goopy. If you give it 5-10 minutes to set up, maybe away from the heat of the oven, it'll be much better. It'll serve better. So, but there you have it. Brisket mac and cheese a la Rough Rebel. God, that came out good. That's one of the better pans I think I've done. So there it is. Hope you enjoyed it. Look forward to posting some more recipes and some more cooking videos. I'll also be doing some live streaming on Twitch and also the Rumble channel this few weeks coming up into the summer. Once the weather breaks, I can get outside. I like to do outdoor cooking more than inside cooking. So keep your eyes out for that. If you like what you saw, please like or follow or whatever platform this is on, whatever help button you need to push to let you know the next time I post something or next time I'm live. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.